Okay guys, I haven't made any videos for a while about on the Super Soco or Super Soco, however you want to pronounce it. So I thought what I'd do today, I'd stick it on charge, make sure it's fully charged, and we'll just see how many miles we can get out of it on a full charge. Righty guys, so I've got the bike out, got my gloves, got my helmet on. I don't know how you zero off the mileage trip counter on this bike. I know how to toggle between the two, or the three settings, like trip counter and how much you're supposed to have left in your battery. But I don't know how you naught it off, so remember that as 112.4 miles. I've got a full battery. The bike is in de-restricted mode, so it will do about 37, I think, is the maximum I've had out of it. But I normally keep it in 2 now, so that'll do about 30, 32. So let's go for a little ride and just see what sort of mileage we get out of it today, because it's a lovely day. Let's go. Like I said a little bit earlier, I haven't really used this bike as much as I should do, simply because my short journey to work was quite easy, just to jump on the little e-bike and nip to work, and it takes me 3 or 4 minutes. I should really use this, that's what I bought it for, but I just haven't. I mean, I've only totally done 150 miles. I've been using it this week, so I've now done 150 miles since I've owned it, and I had it since end of November. Now this is slightly uphill, so we got it flat out. Obviously the battery's already dropped down to 99. It does what it's supposed to do. Round town bike really, I wouldn't want to try and go any distance with it. Yeah, we're now up to 30. So we'll just have a little ride round my local area, which is Lowestoft in Suffolk. It's fairly flat really, there's no really big steep hills, not on your normal roads, so it's probably ideal for around these sort of ways. If you've got short distance to work like I have, I mean, I can quite easily use this all week without needing to charge it. Which way should I go today? Can't decide yet. Because the other thing is, once you've outlaid for the bike, the price of petrol now, it's a darn sight cheaper to use for around town. I reckon it charges about £1 to charge this from 0 to full, but fuel energy prices have kind of like doubled, so it might cost you £1.50, £2 now. Let's go this way. Now this is a 40-mile-an-hour road, so I don't normally travel on these roads anyway. I'll whack it up into 3. We'll see how fast we can get. 33, 34, 35. I think the fastest I've had of this is 37 anyway, so yeah, like 37. which is quite good really. But like I say, I normally just leave it in 2, but I don't normally go on these roads. Drop that back into 2. A really smooth bike, so I'd give it that, and they're well balanced. I love just nipping round the town on it. Even though the sun is out, what is it? The end of March, really, isn't it? Getting towards the end of March. If you're out and about, you could go out in a little jacket. It can get quite warm midday, but as soon as you get on a bike, even though this is only going 30 odd mile an hour, it is bloody chilly, so. I hope to go out and on the Harley more this year. Although I say that, I've recently bought a VW camper van, a 1973 T2. I've been working on that, getting it tidied up a bit, which is on my other channel, Woo-Woo's Classics, if you're interested. And we're hoping to get out and about in that as well this year, so looks like some of the Harley meets might be on the same days, and that'll be a toss-up, but it's more better for me with the van to have family time. The missus is more happy to run out in the van. See what I mean? Like, while I got this in 2, because it's de-restricted, it sticks at like 30, 32, 33. It's normal traffic. Before, when I had a in restrict mode, I could only get 28 mile an hour. 27, 28, and then you'd have cars right up behind you all the time because you're not going quick enough. Just noticed I still had my indicator on. That's the thing with this bike. They are there's no like central where you push it, say, to turn left and then push it in the middle, or you put it to the right and you push it to the middle. On this you have to find it. That's easy enough, I suppose, but with my Harley they're on both sides and they're self-cancelling, so I have to remember to turn it off. But because I haven't kind of used it, it's getting your memory done to of how you can use it. So as you can see round town, a lovely piece of kit. I'll tell you what, I'll go this way because I know there's a blooming great hill. We can see how this bike will cope up it. That is a big hill. Probably the biggest hill I can find in Lowestoft. I did come up here on my e-bike. I tested that and that got up okay. So we've done about 3 miles now, look, 115. The battery's down to 88%, so it says. Right, I'll go through here. Out onto the cliffs. And then there's a hill what drops down to a car park at the bottom. Not even sure if it's still open, but I'm sure we can get down there. Right. Nice wide road. Usually get a lot of learners come up here on their first lessons because it's nice and wide. Right, so the hill starts to go down here, you can see. I don't know what the percentage is, but that is really steep. Look at it, look. Really steep, especially at this bit, look. Really is steep. Yeah, it's closed down here. Oh, we can still get down. We'll go down. I could probably get 40 down here, couldn't I? Right, I'll turn around here. They're doing some work on this car park. I don't know what they're doing, but... Right then. So look at the hill. How do you think we'll cope? Let's find out. I never need to come up this on a daily thing anyway, wherever you go. We've got 21. 19. Still pulling though. 18. It's really steep here. 17. Probably eating the battery. Yep, I would be pleased. That's got about alright. I thought that was going to struggle more than that. There we go. Back up to 30. Well, that's weird because I got 36 in 2, and I think if I put it in 3, I still won't get no more than that. I'll get about 37, so that's really weird about this de-restricted mode. You'd think that would easily go 40, wouldn't you? But I don't know how it works. Also, they don't seem any regen on the motor on this, so if you let go of the throttle, it just cruises. I think see how balanced it is, look. So you're using a lot of brakes, so you either got to slow down. Let's go down this ravine. You've either got to slow down way before junction so you're not using your brakes so much, or I guess you're going to use brake shoes up or brake pads up quite soon, because you're always braking to slow it down. You know, there's no, what I'm saying is there's no engine braking on it, so time you want to slow down you're going to have to hit your brakes. But they work really well, they're quite sharp. I always use both together, but I think the front one works the back and the front, and I think the other one just works the back. I haven't checked that out yet. I will test that at some point. See, as you can see, nipping around town, they're brilliant. Some of you guys who used to watch my channel will know I used to work down this area, so I would easily do this job backwards and forwards from here every day to mine. Obviously I wouldn't need to hit that hill or anything. I'd just literally come I'd come down that hill actually. Yeah, it's really a nice day to ride about. Right, 1117.8 and 80%. So what was we, 12? That's 5 mile, isn't it? So we've done about 5 miles so far. And we hit that hill which may or may not took a little bit of strain out of the battery, a little bit of charge out of it or whatever. Not very good walking along there, mate. Right, I'm now going over the Basque Bridge, Lowestoft, from North Lowestoft over to South Lowestoft. A bit of traffic. I'm keeping in this lane because I want to have a little ride up the seafront area. One day during the week when I was using this for work, when it got down to 20%, it started bleeping, like maybe a warning to say battery's below 20%. You need to think about how far you got to get before you can charge it up again. I did hear people say when I first got this, don't let it get below 20, and I thought, well, is there a problem with it? I'm not sure, but anyway, I kept using it during the week and I got it down to 13% before I charged it. That's fine, look. I suppose in an ideal world, if I was going 5 mile to work and back every day, then I'd definitely stick it on charge every night, or every opportunity I get, just to stick a bit more charge into it. Now I'm not sure how much these batteries are going to hold out. You just don't know, do you? I think they have something like a 3-year guarantee, which really is not much. If you're not using your bike much and it goes wrong within the 3 years, or after the 3 years I mean, what would they say? You say I've only done 200 miles. Or if you're charging it every single night, is that going to kill the battery quicker? I don't know much about batteries. There must be like some things you buy, they say good for 1,000 charges, don't they? Like a rechargeable battery, or 1,000 cycles. Is a cycle a full charge? Is it a part charge? Who knows? Because I'm sure I don't. But I think the other thing is, like, they want you to service these quite regularly. And to be honest, I ain't going to bother. So, if my battery go, are they first thing they're going to say if I contact Super Soco and say my battery's knackered? Are they going to say, well, here's a new one, or let's take it in and get it tested to make sure it's your battery? Or are they going to say, when did you last have it serviced? Can you send off all your service all your proof of services. Then I'm going to come unstuck, but I can't see where servicing the bike is going to make any difference to the battery. That should be a separate warranty on your battery. Don't get me wrong, I have looked online and I see one guy said his battery did knacker up and he hadn't ever serviced his bike, and he got in touch with them. He weren't in this country, I think he was in America, and they told him to send his battery back to him or whatever he had to do, get his battery to him somehow. And he said, lo and behold, they sent him a new battery. They said, yeah, it's had it. Also, a lot of people have said that, I'll show you how I de-restricted this in one of my previous videos, that they tried it with theirs on 71 plate, same as this, and it didn't work. I'm glad this did work, because I don't mind it only doing 32, 33. Like you see, I keep it in 2 and that's hitting 34 sometimes, but if that is wouldn't unrestrict, like I say, keeping under 30, that would really not be nice. I wouldn't like it, I'm sure I wouldn't. I'm just wondering now where I've put my key for this, because I don't want to switch it off because I won't be able to restart it without a key. What else can I tell you? Oh, these have an app you can get on your phone. And when I first got it, I connected it to the app and I could check the charge of the bike when it was in the garage or parked outside. I could do diagnostics on it, blah de blah de blah. Anyway, for some reason, this is a 40-mile-an-hour road again, but for some reason the app went wrong and it showed battery was 17% all the time, not on the bike, on the app. Then it started working again and now I've stopped again. I can't even connect and my bike always says 2 o'clock. The temperature gauge works fine, all the other instruments work fine. It's just that time just stuck at 2 o'clock for some reason. Let's go around these. That's the whole point of having one of these little mopeds, isn't it? Get past all this traffic. Well, here we are. Don't know why he was sitting there on his bike. Even if I was turning left, I'd go past him and go round a roundabout. But that's just me, eh? There was a bad accident at this roundabout the other day and that was closed. I don't know what happened, but I don't like that at all. That's 5, maybe 6 roads going to that. It's a little bit breezy along this bit. Right, click into 3, see whether it makes any difference. Like I say, this is a 40-mile-an-hour road. What are we doing? 34, the wind is against us. That van's getting away from me, but it's going to stop now for the lights. And here we go again. I think pulling away is not really quick at getting away. You'd think for electric that'd have more oomph, but I guess it's set into it so it's not. Because I think these bikes are made for like 16-year-olds. Like I say, 30 mile an hour. 16-year-old can ride them. So if you want a bike with more oomph, then go for the TC Max or something like that with equivalent of a 125. Yeah, it seems like this is just going to stay at 34 now on a 40 mile an hour road, which is probably peeing off people behind me, but hey ho, if I was on a moped, which I am, deal with it. Yeah, if you want to go zooming about, then this is not the point. I think these are intended for round town, for nipping to the shops, backwards and forwards to work, and they are brilliant. Definitely. That's why I got it for. I love it. Especially in the nice warm summer when you can just jump on it. Even if you work like locally early in the mornings, you don't make no noise. You can get it out, jump on it. You haven't got to warm it up. You jump on and go. Just sit there with a little 50cc moped and you got to warm it up or whatever, or wake the neighbours up. But my bikes are totally different because I've obviously got this and I got the Harley, the 114 Fat Bob, and obviously they're just totally different bikes. The Harley's a beast of this. So if I want to go any distance on a bike, I'd use my Harley. Right, what are we on now? 122. So we're done about 10 miles so far, haven't we? What was I on? 112, 122. Yeah, we've done about 10 miles so far, and I've still got 66% of my battery, which I'm pleased. I didn't take note of the time when we left, but never mind. This is probably going to end up a long video because I want to leave it like in real time of how the battery lasted. So I'm on a road to nowhere, just having a ride about. We're now going back towards the bridge in Lowestoft. Should have paid more attention there and got in this lane in the first place. But there we go. Right, so up here, this lane goes into, well, you're supposed to not go past this X, so I'm not gonna, because I don't want to be getting any tickets or anything. So we'll just do that. Just filter in. Someone's given their vehicle a few revs. So I think as the battery drains down, the bike gradually loses top end speed, power, whatever. You don't really notice it, but if you look at your speeder, you can see that, hang on, I'm not now hitting 34, I'm only hitting 32 or whatever. Steaming up a bit now. There's a few people up the town. I don't know why, there's hardly any shops left. Just a nice day, I suppose, to get out. Make you laugh when you look at the way people are dressed. Some people are dressed for summer and some people you'd think it's midwinter. Just people don't know what to wear. If you can get out of the little breeze, then it's quite warm. See, when you're on your ordinary town roads, 30-mile-an-hour roads, then this bike is fine. It's just them 40-mile-an-hour roads, but like I say, even if you was on a petrol moped, you can still go on 40-mile-an-hour roads, and you've got the right. I was speaking to a guy at work yesterday. He's just bought himself an electric moped or something. I don't know what sort it is. And he said that that'll do about 27, 28 mile an hour, which this did. And he said, I suppose I can keep pulling over. And I said, well, no. I said, just ride normal. It's not your fault. That's if they want to overtake you, let them. He went, well, I'm going to annoy people. I said, well, it'll more annoy you that they're up behind you. But at the end of the day, same as you're a push bike now, you've got rights. Yeah, if you've got loads of traffic and you're going really, really slow on a faster road, then yeah, keep to the edge, they can get round you. But round town, if you're doing 28 mile an hour, 28 mile an hour it is. Right, there's going to be a slight hill now going up after this roundabout, round by the park and up the hill. I've got it in 3, so we'll see how we go. Well, we're up to 30. There's a 30-mile-an-hour road. I'm just wondering what it'll go down to up this hill. I need to get my GPS on my phone and just check these speeds as well with this bike, because that might not even be true. Right, here we go, we're now going to start hitting this hill. So we'll hit 30, 31. Everyone wants to go 40 up here because the next road across at the top here is 40, but I'm going to turn left anyway. Yeah, I'm slowing down. 26. 25. I'm at the top of the hill. So basically I'm giving you a demonstration where maybe you can make your mind up whether you really want to buy one of these. This is quite a stylish looking bike, I think, for what it is. Right, the battery says 57. Right, this is where it should come into its own because we've got traffic again. Just got to watch out someone that decides to turn right here. and we're by. Nice big car. And there we go, look, we're past everything again. Just gotta watch here. We'll get past these. Across the train crossing. Steaming up again, then obviously up a slight hill. We're going into Alton Broad now. Can't beat the sound of an engine though, can you? You know, for this, for backwards and forwards to work, fine, nipping to the shops. But if you want to get out on your bike, you want an engine, don't you? Well, I do. That's another reason why I got the Harley. So we'll cross that bridge again, across the same river, into Alton Broad. Plenty of traffic about, so, and it is a Saturday, so I can't see where people are riding about for the sake of it, not the price of fuel though, so where they're going, who knows, maybe doing a bit of shopping. More bikes. This guy's turning in here because he's delivering a shed or something. Right, so we've still got 53% of battery, and according to that we're done, well, we're up to 125. And we're still hitting the speed limits, if not slightly over. Right, we're coming up to Carlton Colville. Watch your speed along here, because they sometimes have speed cameras. Drop it into 2, I didn't realise I had it in 3, that's why that was going up 34 too easy. Now it'll stay now like 31, which could be 21, well it won't be 21 because for catching up with cars. I don't think it's far out, to be fair. But I will have to do that one day. I'll stick the phone on with my holder, the GPS, and we'll just see how the speeds matches. See, that's where I don't understand these settings. Now that'll seem like 31, 32 maximum in 2. I'll whack it in 3. Is it going to pick up? Yeah, let's see, 34 easy. Yet another time, 2 will give me just as much speed. Well, I'm going to go round this roundabout and go back on myself. This is so light, this bike, it's lovely. I was a bit dubious in the wet with the tyres. They're obviously not the best tyres, but I never had a problem. Don't get me wrong. Right, we're down to 48% now. I don't know how long we've been out. I didn't take notice of the time because this clock still says 2 o'clock, but I don't think we've been out that long, probably 20 minutes, something like that. I'll find out when I upload this video, and it's over an hour long. But that might be an interest to some people as well, that now this speedo can't be far out, look, because he's obviously trying to keep his 30 or under, and with 29 and just keep him with him, 27, 28. He's probably had a ticket before or something, so he's keeping to the speeds, or he's just a law-abiding person. Good on him. Sorry if this video's a little bit boring, especially like now I ain't got a lot to say, but if you want to know and see in real time how far we can get on a battery, right, let's get past some of these slow moving cars. Watch here, because we want to go straight. Mirrors stick out a little bit on this thing. Right, so they've all obviously jumped the lights. Have to watch up here because it does get quite tight, especially if you get a truck come over this far this hill. It's quite narrow. It's so bad on this, but my eyes, just one of the whole points of having a having a motorbike in town, get past some of these motors. Charlie. Right, I can't sit here much longer, can I? Let's go. Like I say, the only thing about this is you just haven't got the acceleration as what you have on a petrol bike. Although I don't think there's much difference from a 50cc bike for acceleration, not that I can remember. So now going back into Alton Broad. Obviously got a train crossing down here, so they can't get through, but we will go down this way, why not? So I don't know what you're thinking, if you had a thought about getting an electric moped for work, but you're not sure. Hopefully this video will show you that they are quite usable. On past the river here. I used to go fishing here when I was a kiddie. Mum used to say, yeah, go down there over that fence so you don't fall in. Little did she know we used to climb over the fence, climb onto the boats. Oh, I don't know, they were the days. Run a few old back ways now. Don't normally come these ways, but just for the sake of trying to use up the battery. That might be a good idea if you want to just skip parts of the video to the end to see what the mileage was or whatever, but like I say, I wanted to do it in real time so people know I'm not lying. I'll tell you something else I've noticed. This is quite hard suspension. On the front's not too bad, but it seems quite hard on the back, and the seat is now starting to get a bit hard, I think. Well, I can sit on my Harley and ride 2 or 3 hours, no problem. But on this, the seat is, yeah, it's quite hard. I've quite had enough now. I want to ride every single day. So I probably could adjust the back suspension, but I think it's the actual seat was hard. I know I hit the bumps hard, but I mean, I think there's not much padding in the seat. See, we're still hitting 30, 31. Now the battery's down to 37% now. Right, here we go again. Some country roads now. Now these roads here, it's a little circuit I used to do from mine round these ways. When I used to test my cars or whatever, just to done any work, just have a little ride round here, little drive round. A couple of tight little bends here. In the Camps Heath as it's called, so you have to be careful. But they are quite tight. You do get a lot of horses and stuff some days. Well, obviously onto these country roads now you got your 60-mile-an-hour limits, but we're not going to hit them. Just slightly uphill, we're hitting 27. 28. Right, slow down here because there's a junction. I want to turn right. Well, we're down to 33% and the mileage is 130. Bit of gravel here, look. Like I say, quite often horses on these corners, or when you get round these corners, so extra careful. Remember this road here is where I did me speed test when I did the D restriction. So this is the back of my house, it's just over these fields over there. Those houses over there, that's where I live, so not far from home now. We're down to 30%. I'm not going to go home yet. Still going to ride about a little bit, but I'm going to stay a bit closer now. I don't want to go too far away. Make sure I've got enough juice to get back. If I remember right, when it gets under 30, that seems to drop quicker, so that's probably going to start dropping off now quite quickly. Which way? So let's go left. There we go. Slow down because we're at 20 miles an hour. Look, in one, I'm hitting 22 miles an hour. According to this, it's probably more like 20 because of these cars and can't catch them up. Turn right here. Just ride around these little state roads now. So we're now done 20 miles because it was on 112, it's now 132, so I've done 20 miles so far and I got 25% battery. Right, what shall I do now? I'm going to go right again, back into, or not back into, but keep round this area. See, according to my temperature, it's 13 degrees, which is not bad for the time of year, but still not very warm when you're riding about. Starting to feel a little bit chilly now. Although I have rid a lot colder than this, but not for long. The longer you ride, the more that kind of setting, doesn't it? So where I live, I'd be turning right here now. I'm not going to turn right, I'm going to just go around this little block. I think I just heard a bleep from this, which would be telling me that's the battery, but I might have been mistaken. I'll keep a listen out. Brakes are really good, I probably said that. What's this, that? Right, we're going to do a right here. Well, the battery's on 21, so that will soon be going down to 20, and then that might start the bleeping sound to let me know. Well, it's hit 20%. I haven't heard no bleeping, but if you notice, the battery's now flashing. Maybe I've turned it off somehow when I've been messing around with the settings, but you can see the battery now is flashing. I'm at 20%. It's probably a kind of warning. Look out, mate, you want to be getting them. Traffic lights all round town. They've been doing fibre optic everywhere. Not sure it's what these have been doing, but everywhere you go. Sometimes twice where they mucked it up and had to do it again. Let's go around this little block. So it's dropping down now, we're down to 19. Not long now. But someone said when theirs get under 40%, they can't get 30. Look, I'm de-accelerating now for this bend, but we was up there. $29, $30. I don't even know if we can go here. No, we can't. Right, let's turn round and go back. So we're down to 17%, and we could still get 30 out of it. So it hasn't altered that. I'll put it in 3 and just see what speed I'll get along here. Along here. $30, $31. Put it back in 2. I like to leave it in 2 because I know that'll. Right, let's go up this way now and get nearer to mine. I come this way when I come home from work, and I know I do struggle a bit to get 30 up here. Right, that has really made a difference to the speed, because now I've only got, I'm still picking up, but 21. I can normally get 30 up here. When it's fully charged, I'll get 32 up here, 33, but on a normal day, 30, 32. But today, I'm struggling now. Look, 14%, and I've got yeah, she's struggling now. Whoops, I think I had it in 1. That's doing 24 now, 25, it's picking up again. Sorry about that. And yeah, I'm doing 25 now, and I've got 13% battery. So it's going down. Well, I actually got up to 25, 26 coming up that hill. I'm on a flat road now, and I'm up to 26, 27. I have to brake because I've got a car in front of me. I'm going to go right round here. And still going alright, and we're down to 11%. I'm going to head home now because I don't really want to go too low and cause myself a problem when there is no problem. As you can see, I'm down to 10% now. Not far from home, so we'll just head back home. I definitely feel there's no oomph in it now. Like, still working. I'm struggling a bit, like, oh, it's very slow now. Very, very slow. I will get to speed, but it's just taken a long while. What can we get up to? 18, 19, 20, 21 miles an hour. Right, so I'm back home now, and I'm down to 9%. Like I say, I'm not going to take it any lower than that. Right, here we are, back at home. I'm going to get this on charge now, obviously. Get that battery top back up. Right then guys, so the bike's been on charge now a few minutes, back up to 14%. We'll leave that charging away. So we ended up 135.4, so I worked that out to be 23 miles we got. Now, like I said before, if I needed to travel 10 miles backwards and forwards to work, I probably wouldn't use the bike. Although I'm not saying that couldn't be done. If you had an opportunity to charge your work, then you're laughing, then you can do it easily. But with the short distance that I need to use this, it's going to be fine. And they're great fun for around town, so I'll let you make your own minds up. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.